phone?
Yeah.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I guess.
What do you want to talk about?
Being fat.
What's wrong with being fat?
It's a sin.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
If you're fat, you're sinning.
Who said?
God. It's called gluttony.
You're right.
You know what? It's like the least talked about sin, but it's the most blatantly visible.
Exactly. You can't hide it.
I mean, if you're a glutton, if you sin with overeating, it's obvious to everybody. 'Cause you're fat.
Yep.
I mean, you could be every other kind of sin. I mean, you could do all kind. You know, you could have all the other kind of sin in your life. You know, you could. You don't know who's a murderer or who hates their parents or, you know, you can't tell, but you can definitely tell if somebody overeats. Sister Sunshine and His Living Sacrifice put out a couple videos on it, and we're talking about it over on Two Fat Guys. But yeah, it's a fascinating discussion because of the fact that it's not a discussion in the Christian world.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about it.
No way. A little too personal. A little too personal and a little too obvious. Maybe it's because it's like you can't spin your way out of it. You know, you can spin your way out of. Well, you know, I wasn't really lusting. I was, you know, just admiring the beauty. You know, and it's like, well, okay. Well, I'm not really fat. No, yes you are. Yes you are.
And you're fat because you overeat.
Yeah.
You can't get around it. I mean, you know, and the thing
is,
nobody.
If you're fat, it's because you overeat.
And nobody, you know, who wants to admit? I mean, it's just I can't even explain it. I don't know why it is, but it's like nobody wants to admit I'm fat. I mean, you can maybe admit it to yourself, but you don't want to admit it to other people.
Well, you don't even want to admit it to yourself. I didn't want to admit it to myself for the longest time. Oh, bye.
Well, the other thing too is that I think a lot of people don't want to admit it because they want they don't want to be looked at as someone who has zero self-control or food is concerned.
Exactly.
You know, because that's just embarrassing sometimes. You know.
Everybody's like, well, yeah. I mean, nobody will talk. Well, you don't even talk about it. And as soon as you bring it up and you start talking about gluttony as being fat, man, everybody wants to shut down the conversation.
Exactly. Bottom line, you're fat is because you overeat, and that means you're.
And you ain't hiding that sin from anybody.
Yeah, you're sinning, so.
Get over it, confess it. That's what I had to do. It's what everybody has to do. You just have to confess you're fat and that you overeat, and the food's playing way too big a part in your life. And you got to give that. You got to give all that, all the comfort that food gives you, and all the reasons. That's what you have to do. Is you have to look at the reasons why you're eating and replace all those reasons with God, other than nutrition. I mean, yeah, you need some nutrition. You got to eat, but you'd be amazed how little you can live off of. I mean, look at what we're doing on. You know, I mean, what am I eating? You know, a couple mugs full of soup a day and some protein shakes. You just don't need all the food that. I don't need all the food I was eating, man.
Now it's not as much fun.
No, it's kind of boring, but.
But you know what? Here's the truth. You know, a healthy lifestyle, meaning exercise and food, can be fun. There's lots of low-fat, healthy food you can make that's fun. Are you paying attention to me?
Yeah, always. Yeah, I agree. It can be fun. Yeah.
Nobody can see that look on your face. No, but seriously, I mean, like.
It can be.
I mean, there's
But
you
the
can make
benefits
lots
are-
of great food that's healthy, and you know you
Absolutely.
can do fun things. You can go for a walk. You could
Play
go
tennis.
play tennis. You could play racquetball. You could do all sorts of things. Play golf if you like to golf. There's all kinds of stuff you can do to get exercise. That's
That's it.